balance marriage, motherhood, and money making. Today, I actually want to jump in on the conversation about Malia Obama. I saw a lot of blogs, news articles talking about Malia Obama being out at a college visit in Brown University, which I actually happen to know very well because I went to college and spent some years in Providence, Rhode Island. But anyway, she was at Brown University, and she happened to be visiting the college, which again is normal the year before a young man or woman goes to college. And she was seen in a place where people were playing beer pong. So what happened was the media then started to over emphasize the fact that she was in a place where people were consuming alcohol. And of course, the environment seemed like it was an unstable environment. The first thing is some people reported that she was drinking and playing beer pong. Then I saw other more credible sources that said, actually, no, she wasn't playing the game, nor was she drinking the alcohol. She just happened to be standing next to somebody who was drinking the alcohol and playing the game. Then some people still responded and said, well, even if she was not playing the game and not consuming the alcohol, why was she in that environment? Well, she's on a college campus. She's visiting it, and guess what? College kids do play games and they do consume alcohol. And it does actually happen that you can be with people who are doing those things and not do those things. And I personally believe that she wasn't doing either one of those things, playing the game or drinking the alcohol. And the reason why I think that this has become such a story is that the Obamas have been a family, a first family that has been in the White House now almost 2 terms. They're rounding up their second term with no scandal whatsoever in terms of their family. I remember with the Bush administration, the two girls, the two Bush daughters, at some point they were going crazy, drunken driving, partying, drunk, all this other stuff. And it was something that the media enjoyed reporting because they're supposed to be these two upstanding first daughters, and they weren't. With the Clinton administration before that, I remember that even though it seemed like the daughter kept her nose clean, daddy couldn't keep his nose clean. And of course, everybody knows about the Monica Lewinsky scandal, which eventually even had people talking about impeaching President Clinton. And here we have, the first family, and let's not forget the first black family. I think that people have just been waiting for something to happen. Obama has not been associated in any way with any woman that could cause a scandal. Mrs. Obama hasn't been associated with any man, which could cause scandal. And their daughters have generally kept a low profile, and they have their mother and their grandmother generally looking out for them and accompanying them to most of the events that you see them participating in or attending. And this is one of those events where it was kind of the first time that one of the first daughters was out primarily by herself. And of course, the media tried to take it and make it into something. So the first question is, should she have been in that environment? But my answer is yes. Okay, I'm a mom. Granted, my oldest is only 9 years old, and my stepdaughter is a teen. But I would say that yes. I think that if you believe that you've trained your child well, taught her well, and how to behave or conduct herself, she should be able to do that even when she's out of your presence. And I think that the president and the first lady trust their daughter, as well as the grandmother, because I believe she's been an integral part of raising those girls. I believe that they trusted her to be able to be away from them and still conduct herself in a way that would not embarrass the family. And I think that's what she did. I've seen a lot of the footage. I have not seen any footage that suggests that she's actually drinking the alcohol or even playing the game. I just see her standing there, which is what she was doing. And a young woman cannot be faulted for standing somewhere. And then the other thing is, I'm glad she got full exposure to what goes on that campus. Brown is an Ivy League university, is a very well respected college or university. So you'd think they have a completely clean reputation, but the truth is, it's still a college, still a university. It's still full of 18 to 20 something year olds, early 20s, and they're gonna act up sometimes. And Malia can see that. So, and I'm hoping that everywhere she goes, she'll put herself in that environment where she can see people being in class, paying attention, doing what they're supposed to do, maybe participating in other extracurricular activities and so forth, but also see them cutting up. And maybe she can make those decisions for herself about who she will associate with and who she won't associate with. Then the second thing is the second thing is I really do take issue with the way that the media has tried to play it up, and there's no doubt that they have. But I do also applaud some other outlets which basically did say, look, she really was not doing the things that people are trying to suggest she was doing. And if I were her and if I were the first family, I would completely ignore all this nonsense. It really doesn't help her. It doesn't help the president. Let me just say her parents or anybody to respond or even pay attention to the media going wild about it. And then the third and last thing is even if she was there and she was drinking beer and she was playing beer pong, she's a teenager, and which I wholeheartedly believe she was not. She's a teenager. Sometimes teenagers make bad decisions. In fact, not sometimes, most of the time, even when they've been well trained and well taught, there's more of a likelihood of them making a bad decision between those years, right up until 25, where your brain hasn't fully developed. You do make impulsive decisions, and sometimes those are not the best decisions. But considering that this is the first daughter, she probably had Secret Service or somebody nearby who could make sure that she got home safely or that she was not really in any danger. So, to those who are criticizing Malia Obama, I say, find something else to do. I know that it's a hot story. The Obamas have had no scandal in terms of their family getting into things that they shouldn't be getting into. You can take President Obama and drag him through the mud, beat him into a pulp or whatever it is in terms of policy and the decisions that he makes as the president. But in terms of being a dad, I believe he's done an excellent job. In terms of Michelle Obama being a mother, I believe she's done an excellent job. So let's keep politics in Washington and leave the children alone. That's all for me today. Take care.